Hey there, my name is Wahid and I'm a Dutch photographer, and today I'm gonna show you how I created this photo so you can create something similar. It wasn't as easy as I first thought, learned a lot, so let's get started. The hat is definitely part of the outfit. Right, so this is the setup. So we basically got a 3-light setup. One light is really essential and the rest just adds to the picture, I would say. Let me show you. Something went wrong with my audio, so I'm doing a voiceover. This is my Keylite, a Godox AD400 Pro with the projector attachment. I've added the projector because I really wanted to have control over my light. I wanted it to be a very small, tight and strong beam, only to hit the newspaper. And I figured the more focused it is, the further the light rays will go. To make the light rays visible, it's super important that there are some kind of particles in your space, like haze or fog. So I've got a haze machine. The most important thing I found out after a lot of trial and error is that it's super important to have the light almost shine directly at your camera. When photographing too much from the side, the light rays will be barely visible. Without the newspaper to block and break up this light, it would look horrible. But with the newspaper in front of it, it looks awesome. I've added the aluminium foil to prevent the light from spilling through the gaps. The heat buildup isn't anything to worry about in my case. I've also found that I had to place the light really close to the newspaper. Otherwise there would almost be no light rays visible at all, as you can see in these test shots. Then we've got a Godox AD200 with also an orange gel in front of it. It has barn doors and a grid to prevent spill once again. I just want the light to fall on me. I've basically added this light to extend or motivate the light rays from the Keylite. It's also placed in about the same angle and direction as the light rays. Without this AD200, the light rays from the newspaper wouldn't make sense. It has to come from somewhere, and in this case that's from the upper right corner. The added rim light I also really like. And yeah, I'm tethered into Capture One to make it a bit easier for myself. As you can see, my camera's over there. Our third light is a fill light with an umbrella. It's also a Godox AD200 but with a blue gel. It adds just a hint of blue to the shadows. And with high precision tools I punctured holes into this newspaper. It was the first newspaper I ever bought in my 28 years of living, and I didn't even read it. The bigger the holes, the more visible the light rays are. Keep it varied and random though. I'm triggering my camera by pressing this button on my mouse. It activates a shortcut in Capture One to make my camera fire. I've only actually got a 3-second timer with Capture One. For some reason it doesn't allow for like a 10-second timer. That would have been really awesome, welcome and much easier. From behind the camera it would look something like this. We've got our Keylite, our backlight and our fill light. My finger had to search for the fill light. Alright, let's make some photos. Yeah, and the modeling light really helps with making sure the projection falls on my newspaper. Let me fix this. Yeah. Let's trigger the camera. 1, 2, 3, click. Haha, the Keylite is a bit too strong. What's convenient is my camera over there already has a trigger on it. I've got a second one over here, so I can quickly and easily adjust the power settings of my flashes. so that I don't have to walk back and forth. And yeah, I think that's just a crazy convenient hack. Another one. Yes, that's looking much better. Yeah, man, it's really cool. It's crazy. I think it's just so cool the way the newspaper also bounces so much light back into my face. Because without the newspaper, it would look like really different. Let me quickly show you. Well, all you'd see is really this big flare, but here you can see the amount of light it bounces back. I think it's just beautiful. Alright, I went on to make a bunch more photos. A lot of them actually look really similar. I was just looking for different light patterns or the best light rays. And of course my facial expression and everything. If I would have had a model, I would have been able to make so many more different shots, like get much closer and everything. Making self-portraits, doing everything by yourself just really asks for a lot of energy. So I wasn't really feeling like getting super creative with the compositions. I did get closer once. I'll show you how that photo looked at the end. Yeah, maybe I'll do this again in the future with an actual model. That would be really awesome. I did some editing in Lightroom, cleaned it up in Photoshop, removed the light stands, and all I added was this cloud texture. And this is the final result we ended up with. And here I got a bit closer with the camera. Yeah, that are basically the most important steps that you have to take to create something similar. It would have been, of course, a lot easier if I had a model, but it's Sunday morning. I want to just do it when I want to do it. And yeah, it's fun to have self-portraits too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.